Well, you're welcome back. Let's head over to the Western region for tonight's first story. The family of Seth Dogbe, the Takoradi Polytechnic lecturer whose body was found at the Kujokrom railway line on Saturday, is calling on the police to arrest his neighbors. Well, Mr. Dogbe's family believe his neighbors are withholding information that could be important to the investigation. Meanwhile, students of the Polytechnic this morning embarked on a demonstration asking the police to find the culprit behind the murder of their lecturer, who they believe was murdered.
These are the students of the graphic department of Takoradi Polytechnic, and today, upon hearing the death of their lecturer, who they suspect that it was caused by somebody, they are making demands of the police to quickly get to the bottom of the issue as to who killed their lecturer.
We want to tell the police that they should investigate this issue. We are not sleeping until they tell us what happened to our lecturer. It's really sad. We are crying right now as we are talking to you now. It's not easy to find a lecturer lying down just like that. We don't know what happened to him. He's not a drunkard too. We are in our final year and he teaches us. We are really sad.
The family of the late Seth Dogbe, led by his sister and daughter, met with the authorities of the Takoradi Polytechnic on Monday morning to formally inform the school of his death. The Vice Rector, Emmanuel Okumiando, who received them, described the late lecturer as a fine gentleman and spoke to Varsat One News on how the Polytechnic is supporting the family.
Unfortunately, he doesn't even come from this area. He had from the Volta region. He had traveled to Western region, precisely Takoradi Poly, to work with us. Now that a few of the family members are here, we should team up with them to get to the bottom of this sad story. So meeting the family, I think, is one step. The next step is for the institution, as the part of management, to contact the police as to where investigation has reached.
Jennifer Dogbe is the late Seth Dogbe's daughter and describes her father to Varsat One News.
I was called that this is what has happened to my dad. But Friday evening, I spoke with him. I spoke with him around 10:20 thereabouts before I slept. So he was the last person I spoke to before I slept. Just for me to wake up the next morning to be called that my dad had been killed and was lying on the railway. He's a calm person. Anytime I visit him, we are always in, and whenever he's going out, he locks the door. When we are inside, we lock the door. He goes in for something and comes back to his room. So I don't think he have anything doing with anybody for this thing to be happening to him.
Mr. Dogbe's cousin, Florence Agboja, who stays close to him, gave an account of what happened on Saturday.
Before then, I
heard on Saturday morning that a train had mutilated someone, but I didn't give it much thought until a friend called and said she had gone to see the body and it was my brother. I quickly closed my shop and met his landlord, who went with me to the police station. The police accompanied us to his house first, then to the railway where I identified him. We then took the body to the morgue, and that was where we found the keys to his house in his pockets. When we went to the house, we saw blood in his study, a hammer and other objects on his table. I believe he was killed at home.
The late lecturer's sister, Joyce Dogbe, says she thinks his neighbors can provide crucial information to the police as she believes her brother was murdered in the house.
Now, what I'm expecting them to do is they should go to the vicinity, they should go to the house, around the environment. They should pick everybody, because there's this information that there was a trotro moving from Kojukrum to Central, Takoradi Central, and there were some women in the car saying that they heard someone shouting "Yekumiu, Yekumiu." So if such a thing happened, how come those around didn't come out or they didn't hear it? So they should pick them all to the police station to get the truth.
The Western Regional Police Crime Officer, Superintendent Ruben Asiwoko, said the investigation into the death is classified and will not reveal any details. He, however, said that the investigation was still ongoing. For now, academic activities at T Poly have been disrupted by the incident as both family and students seek answers in the death of Seth Dogbe. A report by Annim from Takoradi.
Well, our heartfelt condolences goes out to the family.